Welcome Monday morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're checking in. And you might also be watching the replay. So as we still are in this space where there's big energies moving, not just around us, but through us. So we may get triggered a little bit more. We may get pushed out of our patterns very easily, right? The things that keep us somewhat normalized, sleep cycles, eating cycles, right? May be a little disruptive as we are processing emotions, processing our triggers, right? What I am hearing within me and around me is triggers of old stuff that is coming to the surface to be recognized, to be addressed, to be held, to be witnessed, to be processed, digested, integrated, reframed. So in this space, being gentle with ourselves, being compassionate with ourselves, the way we would a friend. So taking a deep breath, an inhale and an exhale. And just noticing. First, noticing how the breath feels. Maybe noticing how the inhale feels. Or how the exhale feels. And if you yawn, that's okay. Do you feel that you've been moving a lot and you're revved up a little bit? Or do you feel like you've been staring at your screen and you're a little numb and not quite aware of, or just becoming aware of what is happening in your body? And looking around your space. So if you've shut your eyes, maybe open your eyes and just looking out into your space. Like these very simple tools, but very profound tools. So when we when we first notice, check in, are we revved? Are we stimulated? Or do we feel easy, fluid? Do we feel a little numb? Where do we feel on a scale or on just a distinction? And then as we turn to our environment, as we turn to the light in the room, is it dark? Is it light? Are there sounds coming from outside? I'm hearing a plane overhead. I'm hearing wind chimes, a dog barking. I'm hearing a fan. Seeing the light coming in through the windows, seeing shapes and letting the head move. Slowly and with the eyes. So eyes move, head moves. And the shapes of the objects, the colors. Maybe there's a meaning, a special meaning to you, or just a meaning. What do you notice about that object? Maybe even something new. And maybe move on to another object or to an angle of the room or light or shape. Again, just taking in that shape. Maybe there's a few shapes next to each other. Again, maybe looking at another aspect of the room. And still aware of the room, but just your sense of you inside the room. And notice I'm rocking a little bit, noticing the cross of my legs, the coolness. I feel coolness on my shoulders. I can even feel the change in the sound of the fan as I turn my head. Right, hearing the sound through one ear or both ears. And aware of the room. Right, so there's that, right, exteroception. I think that's what it's called. When you're out, your awareness is out. Interoception, right, that sense of my body, right, the temperature on my skin, right, the sense of hearing. Maybe a fullness in my belly from having some water. Or the sense of the breath. Does it move in easily? Do the ribs feel tight? Or responsive to the breath? Does the breath go down or does it stay high up in the chest? As I'm aware of my room. Good, and maybe just shifting to the body, maybe even closing the eyes, shifting away from the outside space. Is your awareness still outside in the room, or the sounds, or the temperature? Or can you bring it closer in, or does it come closer in? And then maybe just that sense of your feet. Are you wearing socks and shoes? What does that feel like? Where is there pressure on the feet or ankles? Tops of feet, bottoms of feet, sides. Good. Are the legs straight or folded? Are your hips seated? Is your back supported? And what does that feel like if it is? Or what does it feel like if it isn't? Noticing any change in your breath. When it feels smoother or less smooth, or more shallow. Good, and just that sense of legs relating to hips, to belly, to shoulders, to arms, that sense of proprioception, where you are in space in relationship to yourself. And maybe shifting away from basic sensations, maybe just to a sense, a felt sense, an overall felt sense. Is there a sense of kind of ease or calmness, or a sense of agitation or busy mind? Is there an emotion that's coming to surface, or is there a non-emotion, or I'm not sure. I haven't gotten there yet. And then slowly, slowly opening your eyes, still connected, right? The sense of legs and arms, proprioception, this felt sense, right? Where are you feeling wise, or maybe sensation wise, or emotion wise in this room? And does it change when the eyes open? And if somebody walked in right now, right, maybe somebody who lives with you, just imagining them walking in right now, and how does that change your sense of your inner space, your inner felt sense? Would that feel good? Would you feel receptive? Would you feel like I need more space and time alone? Good. And then notice something in the room that feels particularly good or comforting. Maybe it's the light, maybe it's an object, a gift, something that feels precious, makes you smile. Piece of art. Notice how that changes your inner felt sense, or this aware of this space, this room. And then closing your eyes, staying connected to that sense of pleasure, sense of your body and relationships, arms, legs, spine, breath, places that feel more dense or less dense or even supple. And then settling into that felt sense space and just focusing on the breath. Maybe just a very simple inhaling light, exhaling light, and whatever comes to surface. Maybe it's inhale, ease, and exhale, ease. Yeah, letting it just move through you. So as things kind of popcorn up, inhale, confusion, and exhale, confusion. Inhale, sadness. And you may have different words that pop up. And exhale. And maybe take two more awarenesses. Inhale it in. Notice how it feels, and exhaling it through and out. Almost like you're just saying hello to those feelings, to that felt sense, to your experiencing it, to your experience. letting it move in and through. You might have a sense of a response in the body or a sense of a story. You may need to revisit one feeling a couple times or several times. Or maybe kind of adding a mix of something that feels more spacious just to support you. Just feel what feels right. Do you feel able to hold something that feels challenging? Because sometimes it can feel like it brings us out of balance, or sometimes it feels good to turn towards the things that we're afraid of. But our system acknowledges, I can do this. Or maybe the system says, only just a little. And then relax your breath. Maybe even just a sense of tending, whatever that means for you. So we are moving towards spring in the northern hemisphere and fall in the southern hemisphere. So noticing what feels good. Is it the emergent greenery and flowers, the buds on the trees, or the full blossoms? Or is it the colors of the trees? It's the beginning of the change of colors as the temperatures change. Just that shift in temperature, that sense of change, sense of the equinox coming, that sense of equal day, equal night. And one hand on heart, one hand on belly, just offering a sense of tenderness, care, compassion for your own body and being, your mind, your heart, the goodness within, that beautiful spirit, that essence, that soul that you are. And namaste.